Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Friday and I've got a new Yu-Gi-Oh video for you guys today. As you guys can see from the description and the title, we've got something a little special for you today. So, I've been thinking long and hard about Cyber Dragons. Obviously, since we lost Anaconda, a lot of people will say the deck is dead. But, I am an optimist and I've been trying to think of ways to help the deck, stay afloat. A lot of people have mixed it with Therian King, which is dope. That's actually what I prefer. But I've also thought of a couple of other ways to improve not just the trap version, but the machine dupe version without having to drop, $300 on the Therian package. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Drop a like if you do, subscribe if you're new. Let's jump in and check it out. Alright guys, we're going to talk about some special tech cards that I think can really help the deck out, as well as some combos that I've seen that I think can give you guys some new ideas for the deck. Also, I have one combo that I came up with myself that could be a replacement for Dragoon. But let me show you guys it off. Alright, first card I really want to talk about. First card I want to talk about is, and I do not take credit for this one, Cali Effect showed this off first, and I thought it was a good idea since I first saw it. But Stardust Synchron. For anybody that doesn't know what Stardust Synchron is, it is a machine light tuner that, when it's summoned, can search a spell or trap card that designates Stardust Dragon. For my case, I usually use Starlight Road. I hate Harpy's Feather Duster, Raigeki Lightning Storm, and Starlight Road. It just helps give us an extra layer of protection and give us a Stardust Dragon. But back to Stardust Synchron. Other than its on summon effect, it has an in-hand and in-graveyard effect where you contribute one of your own monsters to special summon it, but if you do that, after it leaves the field, it gets banished. What's cool about it is it's a level 4 tuner. Most of our, majority of the time we're summoning level 5s, so we can easily make a card like Kyuubi Shinshin. Kyuubi Shinshin is a one-sided field macrocosmos, and when a monster declares an attack, you can actually take cards from the ban and put them back in the graveyard. So even though this banishes itself, as soon as you declare an attack, you can put it right back into the graveyard for later use. It's pretty cool. But here's one combo that you can do with these guys that I've always really liked. In order to pull this combo off, you can open up pretty much any combination of these. You need Core, Machine Dupe, and as long as you open up with, you can either open up with Core Machine Dupe or Core in any combination of these, or Machine Dupe and Emergency. It's pretty flexible. It is a 2-card combo, which is the only downside, but it's pretty dope. All right, so I'm gonna do it with the most optimal setup. So first thing you want to do before you even play the Machine Dupe is you want to summon the Core. Core's effect: you search Cyber Repair Plant. Add that to hand. Now you play the Machine Dupe. Get your Cyber Dragons. And you can either overlay into Nova now, or you can link away the Core, but you need to get the Core into the graveyard. Get you out your Amirage. Overlay. Get your Nova. Detach. A special summon. Now, go into Infinity because you want Infinity out as soon as possible. Now you have Cyber Dragon in graveyard. You can activate Repair Plant. You could have done it as soon as you sent the Core, or you could wait till you have the Cyber Dragon Infinity just for the the protection from the Omni Negate. But now you add the Stardust Synchron off of the Cyber Repair Plant. Now you can tribute the Amirage, summon the Stardust Synchron. Stardust Synchron's effect goes off. Searches you Starlight Road. And then, of course, Synchro. Into Kyuubi Shinshin. And now you have Starlight Road set along with 3 other cards in your hand that you could have used. And that's just if you're going first. If you're going second and still decide to go this route, you'd have 4 more cards. Potential trap cards, hand traps. Pretty solid, especially for going potential going first turn board. Yeah. Now, another thing I want to talk about that I see a lot of people complain about is the consistency of the deck. The deck only really has the one starter, which is Core. That's your best normal summon. And not opening it is usually a brick. But there is a way to increase the consistency of the deck and the consistency of you getting Core. It's really simple, but a lot of times when I explain it to people, they're kind of confused. So I figured I'd throw it in the video too. Increasing the consistency of Core is as simple as adding in a small CyberDark package. Now, when I did this, I was also playing these cards, but these are purely optional. So that's a pretty big package. But you can get away with just the 4 cards. The 4 cards by themselves are like playing an additional 4 Cyber Dragon Cores. So you gotta end up with 7 starters. But check it out. Let's try a pretty mediocre hand. Let's say this is your opening hand. Normally, this hand is unplayable. But you throw in Cyber Dark Claw, and this actually becomes a pretty bonkers hand. Now, I know what you're going to say. If they ash the Claw, the hand is dead. But a lot of times they won't ash the Claw because they think the Claw is a bait. So, you discard the Claw, search Horizon. Now you play Horizon. The only downside to Horizon is that you're locked into machines, but it's better to be locked into machines than not able to play the game at all. Horizon, you have to send a Cyber Monster from your hand and deck to the graveyard, a light of 2 different elements. So, in this case, we're going to send the Cyber Dragon. That's the only thing. In order to play Horizon, you have to have any Cyber Monster in the entire deck, but that's any monster, and you can make it work. The other monster you want to send, obviously, we already used Horizon, so we have no reason for these Cyber Dark Claws in the deck, so you can just ditch another Cyber Dark Claw. And now you can search any Cyber Monster from the deck. So we're going to grab Core. And then as far as sending monsters from the extra deck, what I usually like to send is Cyber Eternity Dragon, because you can banish it from the graveyard to protect your fusions for the turn. They become untargetable, undestroyable. Great for when you're going for game. Now, look at this hand again, and this hand now becomes bonkers. Even though we have Therian Disc Colosseum, even if we searched out Therian King, we had no way to summon it. But now we have a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, so it is now live. Even if they we play the coin, they ash it, we have Machine Dupe to get us into our combo. Even if they do the worst, which is imperm the core, we can Machine Dupe for 2 cores and then Machine Dupe one of the other cores. And besides just helping with consistency, the claws can also be really, really good baits. Because once they see you start using the claws to get into your combos, then they're going to start wanting to negate the claws too. So if you open up claw and core, you're in the money. And it's just a great way to thin the deck too. Now, as far as other tech cards that you could try out, cards I think really, really help the deck out. For anybody that doesn't use it, Line of the Light Charmer. It's linked summon 2 monsters. One of them has to be a light, which the whole deck's light. Once per turn, you can take a light monster from your opponent's graveyard, and I believe you have to place it to one of the arrows. Yeah, place it to one of the zones it points to. Great if you're playing against something like Eldritch, you can just straight steal Golden Lord. But the reason we really want to play it is for the second effect, which is if it gets destroyed by battle or card effect, you can search your deck for a light monster 1500 defense points or less, which is every baby Cyber Dragon in the entire deck. The reason I like this is because you can do your normal play. If you actually go with the old play we used to use, you can actually make your Infinity, and when you have Almirage and a Cyber Dragon, you can link into this. Now if this card gets destroyed, you get a core, you now have follow-up for the following turn. And a lot of times with Cyber Dragon, you blow your load in one turn, you don't always have a follow-up, so this makes sure that you have your follow-up.
Another good tech card that I like is Relinquish Anima. It took me a while before I really had a feel for that card, but we have potentially 4 to 5 cards that can easily make it. They're all searchable. The Hertzes, the Naxters. You link into Relinquish Anima, and you can basically equip a monster that it points to from the extra monster zone. You place it in the extra monster zone, you can equip a monster it points to, and it just gets rid of it. It doesn't destroy it, it just straight attaches it. The thing about Anima is, since a lot of times we play Jizakiryu, most times we'll just fuse the Jizakiryu away. But when you play a Kaiju, you get to pick what zone you put it in, so you can set it up to play the Jizakiryu with the in line with the extra monster zone, summon their Relinquish, and now you have a 33 beat stick on your side of the field without having to waste your contact fusion. Or if you had to use your contact fusion earlier, like say you're playing against a machine deck and you still end up using Jizakiryu, now you have another way to get rid of it. I'm going to apologize now if you guys hear that dog barking. That's my downstairs neighbor, and hopefully it'll stop soon. Now, in my Cyber Dragon decks, I play Pallades. I don't know where I put the card. I gotta find it. But I play Pallades because it is a rank 5 XYZ that just needs light monsters. We lose hard to cards like Zombie World. So I'd rather, instead of playing a card like Vamana, I'd rather play Pallades, because Pallades can ensure that we still have a play even if our monster types change, whereas Vamana needs machine monsters just like Infinity and Nova. Now, that last combo I mentioned, where I think it could really, really, really replace Dragoon in the deck, and all you need in the main deck is 3 cards. So, and here are the 3 cards. Oh, and you only need 1 card in the extra deck. So hear me out. Bung. And bung. For any of my card savants out there, you could probably look at this and see exactly what I'm going for. But if anybody that doesn't get it, I'm going to show you. So, all you need for this combo is a core and the same starters as the last combo. Machine Dupe and literally, or any combination of Galactic Soldier, Hertz, Repair Plant, or Emergency. Alright, so you know what's summon the core. Off the core, you grab Cyber Dark Realm. Now you activate Cyber Dark Realm, add Cyber Dark Edge. Do your Machine Dupe play, or your Galaxy Soldier play, whichever comes first. Get your Cyber Dragons. You know the drill. Link away for Almirage. Overlay. Overlay for Nova's effects. Detach, special summon. Overlay Infinity. Now, you can link away Almirage and Cyber Dragon, just like we used to do for Anaconda, to get you Protector Whelp, which is literally just any 2 monsters. Now, Protector Whelp's effect is send a Buster Sword, Destruction Sword from your deck to the graveyard, and then you would summon Buster Blader. In this case, we're just going to send Dragon Buster Destruction Sword to the graveyard, and that's it. But now we use Cyber Dark to get our additional normal summon for a Cyber Dark monster, summon Edge, and attach. Then we can absorb the Protector Whelp, like we used to do with Anaconda. But now we have an Omni Negate with a Buster Lock, and that's only 2 cards in our hand, so that gives us 3 more cards in our opening hand. If you're playing the Therion package, you could potentially get a second Omni Negate. If you're playing traps, you can have 3 back row, hand traps. It's really, really dope. It just kind of hit me the other day. I figured I'd share my idea. But it also gives us extra side deck options with the other Destruction Swords, because we have a Destruction Sword, Wizard Buster, that stops graveyard effects. Then we have Robot Buster Destruction Sword, which stops spell and trap cards that are already face up on the field from activating their effects. So it would work on any field spells, continuous spell and traps, or cards like, Faithful Adventure. It wouldn't be able to activate its effect. So that's actually pretty cool.
Well, guys, that's it for this video. I hope that these texts and combos helped you out. I hope it gives you some new ideas for Cyber Dragons. Hopefully we can pull the Cyber Dragons out the mud and do some stuff with it. I really like the idea of the Buster Luck. Buster Luck was so game-changing for the game because of Union Carrier. So if we have access to Buster Luck off of a 2-card combo, I think that could be pretty dope, especially with it backed up by an Infinity. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know any other ideas you guys might have. I'm looking for anything I can to help out my baby Cyber Dragon. If you guys want to check me out on social media, those links will be down below. That's it from me. I'll see you guys in the next video.
We gon' ghost them when we pull up with them shells. Hop out the surface, we giving out them L's. I'm with my cycle, we raising hell. On motorcycle, no Akira, I'm out for man.